I wanted to wear glasses to look as designery and nerdy as possible for this video to kind of add some credibility, but I guess that's not gonna happen, so this is gonna have to suffice. Hey guys, I'm Sam, and today we're gonna be talking about a topic that's very near and dear to my heart, and that is undertones. If there's one thing everybody should know about designers, it is that we take colors
very seriously.
Your brain always looks at colors in correlation to other things. So if I put a red on top of a blue, it's going to look really warm. But if I put it on top of a yellow, it's going to look cooler by comparison. And I think it's very applicable to your own personal style. Knowing your undertone can make a huge difference to the colors that you choose in what you wear. It can also make a huge difference to the colors of lipsticks that you choose, eyeshadows. Obviously, it's a big factor in matching your skin tone when you're buying foundations or concealers. Many brands that launch foundations come up with their own systems for undertones. So for example, K-Beauty has 3 undertones listed, pink, neutral and yellow. Whereas MAC has 2 undertones, like main undertones listed, that is cool and warm, C and W. Some people refer to red as a warm undertone and some refer to yellow as a warm undertone. Both colors are warm on the color wheel, and that can cause a lot of confusion for people when they're watching swatch videos on the internet and like an influencer swatches something and they say, oh, this is a warm undertone, and you don't know what they're referring to, if it looks pink to them or if it looks yellow to them. A conventional way that people tell you to figure out your undertone is by the veins in your wrist. But I feel like this can be super confusing. One, because the inside of your wrist tends to be a little lighter and pinker than your face. Another thing is that I believe there are 5 undertones and this only leads you towards 3 undertones. My goal for this video is for you guys to be able to walk away from it knowing with full confidence what your undertone is. So let's start by understanding the 5 undertones. All undertones fall onto a spectrum of colors that human eyes can see. Here's what a typical gradient looks like of a color wheel. You have cool colors like blue, purple, green on one end, and then you have warmer colors like red, orange, yellow on the other side. And when you mix all of these colors together in the right proportion, you get a brown that doesn't look like it's made out of any of these colors. And that would be a perfect neutral color. If you mix a neutral brown with a blue or a purple, I don't think that's a viable skin tone. It starts looking grey. I'm gonna knock out all of the clearly cool colors on the color wheel because they cannot be possible human undertones. And that leaves us with all of the yellows, oranges, reds and pinks on the color wheel. And this is our range of possible undertones. Let's go back to that neutral brown. If you mixed a pure orange that doesn't lean yellow or red into this brown color, you would get a skin tone that is a neutral undertone. As soon as you start leaning towards yellow, you start getting yellower undertone browns. And as soon as you lean pink or red, you would find that the undertone of the brown is pink or red. But when I'm looking at skin tone and foundation colors, I think it's good to break up this spectrum of colors even more into greenish yellows, orangish yellows, orangish reds, and then bluish reds. And that gives us olives, golds, neutrals, peaches, and reds. I believe that all shades of skin from lightest to darkest can have all of these undertones. Every brand should be coming out with foundations in every shade with all 5 of these undertones. Seen all the 5 undertones, it's time to figure out what yours is. There are 3 things you could do. Number 1 is wear something neutral and step out into the sun with a mirror. The sunlight should not be like golden hour or like really late in the night because you won't get a true read of what your skin tone is. So wear something white or black and stand against a white wall or a black wall, whatever you have, and have a look at your skin tone. What color is your skin? Are you seeing it lean towards pink or towards yellow? Usually you will be able to see where it leans towards. From what I can see in the viewfinder, I look leaning towards yellow. I don't see a lot of pink in my skin tone. And if you can't see it with your own naked eye, you could be neutral. But sometimes our eye isn't used to seeing colors in that way. Maybe you're not constantly staring at yourself all day trying to understand the colors in your skin tone like I am. In that situation, I'd also suggest taking a pink scarf and a yellow scarf with you. and put them both against your skin in the light again. Wrap it up to here so that you can't see the black or the white under it, and then see which of the scarves looks most separate from your skin tone. So for example, when I wrap a yellow scarf around my neck, it looks a lot more monochromatic with my face than when I wear a pink scarf around my neck, because I have dominant yellow undertones. And I'm not going to get into what type of yellow it is yet. We're going to get there in a second. Another way to understand which way you lean is take a look at a bunch of photographs with your friends and see if you tend to lean more yellow or more pink. If in certain cases you look more pink around certain friends and more yellow around other friends, that's another indicator that you have an orange undertone, which basically means that you have neutral skin. It doesn't lean anyway. Let's take a look at this simple example of three friends. The girl on the left is clearly a dominant pink undertone, while the one in the center has clearly a dominant yellow undertone. But the one on the right is interesting because around the one in the center, she would look pink by comparison. Around the girl on the left, she would look yellow by comparison. I love this example because you can take a look at more nuanced undertone examples. The guy on the right is clearly pink dominant, while the girl to his left is yellow dominant. And then the girl to her left, you can see, is super duper yellow. She looks almost greenish compared to everybody else. The lady to her left looks yellower than the guy on the rightmost, but also pinker than the two ladies right next to him. And the guy on the far left looks also balanced. He does not look redder than anybody or yellower than anybody. Hopefully, these two steps will help you place yourself in either the yellow family, the pink family, or the in between yellow and pink family. And if you are in between yellow and pink, then congrats, you're a neutral skin tone and you figured that out. If you're not a neutral skin tone and you have either dominant yellow or dominant pink tones to your skin, then you have one more step before deciding what your undertone is. For those of you who are yellow dominant, let's have a look at the color wheel again. You have yellows on this wheel that are much closer to the orange, and you have yellows on this wheel that are closer to green. The yellow undertones that lean more towards green are olive undertones. If you lean towards the oranger side of the yellow spectrum, that's a golden undertone. To figure out which kind of yellow you lean towards, take two yellow scarves or like pieces of fabric. It doesn't have to be a scarf. These two yellows have to be a cool yellow and a warm yellow. A cool yellow is like a lime yellow or a lemon yellow color, and you're going to take another color which is obviously a golden yellow color or a marigold color, and put both of those against your skin, and again see which is more monochromatic with your skin tone and which stands out against your skin. For example, when I put on a lime yellow color, it looks more matching with my skin tone. But if I wear a yellow that leans more golden orange, it's gonna look separate from my skin and it makes my face look more ashy and grey. Next, let's talk about those of you who have dominant pink undertones. You're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna find a warm pink color and a cool pink color. Cool pinks would be something like fuchsias, bluey reds, and warm pinks would be something like peaches and like orangey pinks. When you hold up a cool pink to your skin, if you feel like it matches you and an orangey pink feels more separate from your skin, that means that you have a cool pink undertone. And if you feel like peachy pink or a warm pink matches your skin tone more, that means that you probably have a peachy undertone. I won't be able to demo this on my face because both the pinks are clearly very separate from my skin tone. So let's try it with some other examples. This lady looks quite pink dominant to me when I remove the colored background. The cool yellow looks very separate from her skin, while the golden one looks much better. The peach looks very matching to her skin, and then that bubblegum pink is not working on her. So she's definitely peachy. Let's try this lady now. I thought she was neutral at first, but the olive seemed to not match her. The gold actually matched her really well. The peach also matched her okay, but the gold was better, and then this pink again was not working. So she's definitely golden. This next lady definitely looks pink on first impression, and the olive is so separate from her. The gold looks okay, but I think the peach matches her way better. You can see that. And then that bubblegum pink again is too separate. So she's definitely peachy. Mr. Serious over here looks very separate from a lemon yellow olive color. He looks much better with the gold, it matches his skin tone, and the peach also matches his skin tone very well. But the bubblegum pink again has too much blue for him, so he's definitely a neutral skin tone. Our next candidate looks yellow on first impression. The lime yellow matches his skin quite well. The golden yellow also matches his skin pretty well, I'd say. The peach seems a little separate to pink, and the bubblegum pink is very far from his skin tone, so I'd say he's between olive and golden. What a pretty smile. I'd say I see yellow off the top. The olive looks okay, but the gold looks way better against her skin. The peach seems a little too pink on her, and also the bubblegum pink looks very separate from her skin. I'd say that she's golden. Look at those sunglasses, and don't smoke, kids. The yellow looks very separate from her skin tone, and the gold also looks pretty separate from her. Peach looks pretty similar, but that bubblegum pink makes her look very natural, just like she's wearing white. Definitely has a cool pink undertone. Okay, I'm gonna let you take a swing at the exercise now. Here's the olive on her skin, here's the golden, here's the peach, and here is the cool pink. What did you guess? If you said olive, you were right. That's it. I think following all these steps would take you a very long way towards understanding what the undertone of your skin tone is. And you'd be surprised once you see exactly what your skin tone is, how easy it is to pick out colors in a swatch picture that would match you perfectly. At this point, I can see colors of foundations and concealers swatched on anybody and immediately pick out the products that have the same olive medium skin tone as I do. And I'm really good about responding to the comments of my videos. So, if you're still having trouble understanding what your skin tone is, let me know in the comments when you try all these steps what you observed, and maybe I can help you figure out what your undertone is. Definitely try with a friend as well. Sometimes it helps to have someone else look at you objectively. Sometimes when you're looking at somebody else with fresh eyes, you can see a lot more clearly what color you see in their skin. We're not a very big group of people, but I do think that we're all very analytical and nerdy, and I want us to apply our nerdy little brains to understanding our personal beauty. I want us to be able to see our skin tone and the way our faces are structured and the way our bodies are structured. Start building our signature styles and makeup and buying products based on ourselves and not based on trending makeup techniques and contour charts and other influencers. I want you to be able to see yourself and build a look that's actually tailored for you, because none of these people know what you look like and what you would like to look like. This is the first out of many videos that are centered around understanding your face, seeing your own beauty, and then leaning into it. And I really hope you thought this was helpful. If you thought this video was not too shabby, subscribe so that I can see your face again. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I have highlighter on my face, you guys, and I'm very self-conscious about it. I don't usually use highlighter. So if I look like a disco ball, kindly ignore it. Okie dokie. Bye.